Woodward Sports, let's go!
Woodward Sports Network, let's go!
The mic's on? We good to go? Mic's on, Adam? It's going to be a rough day around here. We do not have Fish. He is sick, so everybody make sure that you comment in the chat right now and let Fish know to get better, to get healthy. Welcome to the Morning Woodward Show right here on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. Hope you guys had a great weekend.
We're a wreck without Fish.
What are you doing over there, Corey? Good morning, everybody. Hope your weekend went well. It was a beautiful drive on the way in. Now it's kind of looking like it's not so beautiful outside, but you know what? We're going to get through. It's a Monday. So happy everybody's here. To my right this morning.
What up, though? It's Corey.
To my left.
It is Joey, and I don't know if you see this little scar on my face.
Yeah, man, you
Do
look
see
tough.
it? So I was playing basketball with my 3-year-old niece yesterday, and she was D'ing me up, and she plays dirty. She got me right across the face.
She takes after you, man.
Yes.
Once you get her on the court, she's just an absolute animal.
That's exactly it.
And then we got Alex making sure we look good in producer land. No Fish in the fishbowl today, but Adam's going to be in there hanging out throughout the morning show, so I'm sure we're going to be hearing a lot from Adam today. And, yeah, I mean, it's here. It's here, guys. It's draft week, baby. It's draft week. Whew. We've been talking about it for a little over a month and a half, 2 months. We've done mock drafts. We've done more mock drafts. We've done drafts where we all sit around and take different picks. We've done simulated drafts, and we're finally here. And our very own Corey Woods actually had an opportunity to talk to Brad Holmes. He questioned him about what the Lions are looking for going into the draft. That's fair to say what you asked?
Basically, he kept talking throughout the whole press conference. He kept talking about fit. So that kind of changed my question up because he said fit, but he didn't really give the detail I was looking for. So I said, okay, you keep talking about fit. Are you looking more from it from a schematic standpoint, or are you looking for it from a culture standpoint? Because we all know the Lions have been working on changing their culture. And then I followed up with the question about John Dorsey, because everybody knows, or if you don't know, the Lions have John Dorsey, who's a former well-renowned GM throughout the league. He's built several teams, and with Brad Holmes being the GM and John Dorsey being executive, who's had a lot of experience in this position, I wanted to know how much influence would Dorsey have on what Holmes decides to do on draft night.
Well, let's hear what he had to say about it. Go ahead, Alex.
Hey, Brad, you talked about finding guys that are going to be the right fit for the Lions. Now, are you talking about more from a schematic standpoint or more somebody that's going to fit the new culture?
Yeah, that's a great question. More so from a culture fit, regardless of scheme, and obviously scheme does play a part, but at the end of the day, if the player has a certain standards of toughness, passion, if a player has grit, that doesn't have to do anything with if a guy's a press corner or an off zone quarters corner, or if a guy's a 34 rush back. Does the guy play hard or he does not? Does he have a high motor or does he? Does he take plays off? Does he not? Does he love football? Does he not? So those are the standards that we look for, but having that great passion for football that's at an elite level, those are pretty much the standards that are the fits, more so of if the guy's just a scheme fit.
And if I can follow up with another one, how much of influence will John Dorsey have on your decisions? Will you guys be in lockstep, or are you just going to go ahead and have the final say just by yourself?
Yeah, well, John Dorsey has played an equal part in the process, just like everyone else has been in the process, and especially from a collaborative approach. So, can't say that, just as John Dorsey has, a big effect on how decisions are made, everybody else does, because everybody's has played an equal part in terms of the decision making and what they've brought to in terms of the process.
So, I mean, there it is. And Corey, you were kind of saying that he kind of not tap danced around, but he didn't directly answer that Dorsey question.
He river danced around it. It it wasn't straightforward about what John Dorsey's role is, and I could kind of understand why, but I was just hoping he was like, hey, give us something reassuring that this is going to be his pick.
Right.
Because he is the GM. But, we know it's a collaborative process. We've heard that throughout the entire rebuild this offseason. What I was looking for from Holmes was something, a little bit more firmness right there. But I didn't get it. Hopefully we'll get it on draft night.
I can't wait to see what happens on draft night. Like, really, this is just going to give us an indication on where this entire leadership structure wants to take the Lions. And we'll find out on Thursday whether that's getting weapons, whether that's building it from the line, whether that's attacking the defensive side of the ball. Like, I think this draft is going to set us up more for the next 5 years than any other draft that I can remember.
I can agree with that because the thing is they've really torn everything down. And they're rebuilding it from the scratch. So I agree with that.
See, the thing that I'm struggling with right now is that so many moves that got us to today have been pretty much flawless. And then you look at where we're at, there's so much that they can do on Thursday that I just hope that we make the right decision, because I feel like in this draft, there's not really much that they can do that I wouldn't be happy with, besides if they go with the cornerback, which I'm starting to see a lot of.
A cornerback?
Yes.
Yeah,
I do not like that.
And honestly, that's something I wanted to get into and talk about this morning because a new mock draft came out from CBS. And most of the mock drafts usually had the Lions taking a wide receiver or offensive line. Like, those are the two positions that I really see in pretty much every mock draft that has come out. And quarterback, too. We flirted with the quarterback, but I don't think that's much of the talk anymore, really. I haven't heard a lot of quarterback and Lions talk in a while.
I haven't heard anything about a quarterback in quite some time, and it would be really shocking if they did go to quarterback, just based off of having Jared Goff for the next couple of years, and you don't really need to draft a quarterback right now. And then there is so much other talent out there where they can trade back and maybe acquire more for another first-round pick next year and maybe some later picks this year. So I just don't see a quarterback being in the Lions' cards this year.
Well, let's take a look at Jason McIntyre's mock draft. And of course,
this should be fun.
Yeah, of course it starts. Do you like Jason McIntyre? I don't really know anything about this.
I'll get into that in 1 second.
Oh, you have a history with him?
Not a history with him, but I know a lot about him.
Okay. I don't know shit about this guy, except he put out a mock draft, and I saw something that I haven't seen in many of the mock drafts, and that's it right there. Number 7, the Lions taking Patrick Surtain II. But let's go through this one by one, and then we'll get to the Lions and talk about whether we should go cornerback in back-to-back years. And let us know what you guys think in the chat right now, whether you're on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and, of course, Twitch. Let us know what you are thinking about where the Lions should draft and if they should draft back-to-back cornerbacks. But let's run it down, man. Starting with number 1. He's been number 1 in your hearts and number 1 in all your mock drafts, except for one that Joey put out because Joey's trying to cash in on some gambling bets.
This is the week, baby.
Trevor Lawrence, your clear number 1 pick. I mean, we could just literally start the clock at number 2, and or even get to the point at number 2. It's going to be Zach Wilson. We know that.
Yeah.
But Trevor Lawrence, obviously, do you guys have any issues with this being the number 1 overall pick? I mean, the guy just can't miss passes. He's beautiful. He has long flowing hair. He just got married. He's going to be the number 1 overall pick. Urban Meyer's going to be his coach.
And he's donated money to the city.
Yeah, Darrell Bevel is going to be his OC. He's got Marvin Jones down there. He's got James Robinson, Laviska Shenault. I mean, he's set up, right?
He's set up. I don't know how good he's going to be, but I mean, he's one of the top, cornerback prospects in quite some time. So he's in a great spot to succeed with Bevel, with Urban Meyer there. I mean, it's a slam dunk for them.
Yeah, and then let's just move on. Number 2, Robert Saleh, Dearborn native, is going to make his splash in New York, and everybody's believing since they traded away Sam Darnold that, of course, the number 2 overall pick is going to be the mighty Zach Wilson out of BYU.
I think that's pretty much a safe pick now, too.
It's crazy because this is more of a recent, I would say the last 3 weeks is when it really solidified this at number 2. But it seems like the perfect fit for the organization now.
Yeah. No, I mean, once they got rid of, Sam Darnold, which to me, Darnold isn't done. I wouldn't have given up on him that quick, but if you think that Zach Wilson's going to be this generational talent and he's going to be a can't miss, then you go for it. I mean, they're comparing him to Andrew Luck now at this point, which Andrew Luck was one of the best prospects to ever come out of college, and Zach Wilson wasn't even talked about 3 months ago. So it's a tough comparison, but that's what people are doing.
And that's the thing. I love how the comparison is the best to come out since Andrew Luck. It's just crazy to me because now they're like comparing all these quarterbacks and they're just rotating which one they want to be the number 2 quarterback in this draft because obviously everybody knows Trevor Lawrence going at number 1.
Yeah, and you can't say he's the best prospect since Andrew Luck when there's a guy literally being drafted the spot before him. Because Trevor Lawrence, he's the best prospect since Trevor Lawrence. We can say that about him. Because that's about as close as we can get. Then number 3 is where it gets interesting. Like, Adam and I have had a debate about this. It's gone back and forth. San Francisco traded up to number 3. We think they want to take a quarterback right there. There's been rumors of them looking at Pitts there to put Pitts and Kittle together, which would be an absolutely insane offense. But you still need someone to throw him the ball. On Jason McIntyre's mock, they have Justin Fields at number 3, not Miggity Mac Jones.
This is about the only thing with his mock draft that I can agree with and that sounds sensible because Mac Jones is a great QB. He had a hell of a final year at Alabama, but I just don't see the 49ers trading up to get Mac Jones when they could have, stayed or down where they're at or traded to a lower pick. I think you trade up to number 3 to get Justin Fields.
And when you look at, like, comparing both quarterbacks to each other, like, Mac Jones, you could look at him and say, yeah, he just looks like he would be a good NFL quarterback. But when you really look at both of them, you compare the athleticism, Justin Fields, you see it on that throw. He's got one of the strongest arms in this NFL draft. Like, this quarterback is just next level. And I know it might be a little bit of a risk because you worry that he gets hurt, but he's not as small and frail as everybody thinks that this guy is. I mean, he took some of the hardest hits throughout his career in the Big Ten. And he's ready for the NFL, man.
Still looking at your teardrop. Like Joey looks like he got initiated into a gang with his little teardrop scratch from his niece.
I got to come up with a better story.
Right. Somebody tried to rob you or something. How old's your niece?
3.
3? And she scratched you like that?
Yep.
Damn, cut that girl's nails.
We were playing ball, man. She was D'ing me up.
Moving on to number 4. This is where the draft kind of really starts. We know 3 quarterbacks are going to go at the top. Obviously, the 3rd quarterback off the board is kind of the question mark right now. Who's it going to be? But we're pretty sure it's going to be a quarterback at number 3. You move on to number 4, and they're either going to go Penny Sewell or Kyle Pitts, in my belief, because they don't need wide receiver help. You still have Julio Jones. You still have Calvin Ridley. You do need tight end help. Austin Hooper isn't there anymore. He's not. They do need a tight end, so I could see them looking at Pitts at number 4. But I actually like this. Swell going at number 4 to the Falcons.
I don't like it. I don't think that the offensive line was their issue. If they want to go ahead and draft Kyle Pitts, cool, because you can pair him, like you said, pair him with Julio Jones. Matt Ryan has not shown a drop-off in production yet. I believe they just, as a team, they just need to figure some things out. But also, if they're not going to go ahead and draft Kyle Pitts, they need to be drafting Matt Ryan's successor because he's getting older, and you need to go ahead and have a guy behind him where they can just, sit behind the next couple of years and groom him. Then when you got to kick Matt Ryan out, you can go ahead and do it.
I just don't see how you let Pitts get past this pick. It doesn't make sense. I mean, I know they need other help, but I mean, they got Matt Ryan's time's ticking down. So you look at this as this is the time where you got to give him a weapon like a Kyle Pitts and just go balls to the wall with that on the offensive side of it. I know you need protection, obviously, but it would just be nasty if they got Kyle Pitts.
Kyle Pitts would be really, really great there for Matt Ryan because, like I said, if he hasn't dropped off in production, only reason I say that I would go with another quarterback and, draft Matt Ryan's successor is, I said it last time, I think this franchise needs a reset because ever since that Super Bowl with the Patriots when they lost, they just haven't been able to come back as a franchise since then. They've just floundered.
Yeah, it's tough for them, and they need some weapons, but you got to protect Matt Ryan, and I don't know. I'm going back and forth with what they're going to do because as much as everybody loves Pitts as a receiving tight end, how is he as a blocking tight end? That's really my question because we talked about bringing him here to Detroit and putting him with Hockenson. Hockenson's going to be the tight end attached to the line of scrimmage, not Pitts. And it seems like everybody's trying to turn Pitts into more of a wide receiver than a tight end.
I can see that.
And if he can't block, he's going to be a detriment to a team like Atlanta more than a help because they don't need more wide receivers at this point.
Yeah, but it's
Pitts.
Pitts.
Yeah.
You just can't pass on that.
I get it, but if I'm drafting him as solely my tight end and I need to rely on him for blocking, I'm having some concerns there. If I'm drafting him to put him in the Lions position or put him with like a George Kittle or do like a dual tight end set, kind of what Philadelphia does sometimes, then I'm okay with it. But if this guy's just going to be pretty much a wide receiver, Atlanta can't take him. They can't.
Yeah.
They just can't.
I just don't know how. Like Joey said, I just don't know how you pass on them. Regardless,
I know.
Unless you're drafting a successor, that's the only reason you will pass on Pitts.
To me, that's where Atlanta's got to go. And which sucks is you're number 4 and you're taking the 4th best quarterback prospect. Like that is, it's good for the Lions though. It keeps pushing people down the board. So I'll
we
take
don't need
that.
a quarterback.
No, well, we kind of need a quarterback. Well, we need to see if we need a quarterback, and this is the year that's going to tell us if we need a quarterback. We got to give a shout out to Sun RV, man. Like, the weather was nice this weekend. It's going to be like 70 degrees next weekend. The perfect time to get out and get into a Sun RV resort. And Joey, tell everybody about Sun RV, man.
Just Sun RV is a company that we are so excited to be working with because Sun RV's got 160 resorts nationwide. And when I'm talking about 160, Stick, that is anywhere you pretty much go across the country. There will be a beautiful resort from Sun RV.
And this is the one up in Petoskey, right? That's in the background right now?
Yep. So this is where we're going to be going actually in June. So,
yeah.
I mean, what better way to get summer started than to be going here? And it's not just the regular camping lifestyle. This is the glamping next level. They got mini homes that you can reserve, or you could just go up there and get an RV little campsite to go pull up and chill in your RV. But this is a place where you got to go. They got locations from Florida Keys to Myrtle Beach to San Diego and, of course, Petoskey, Michigan. So check them out, sunrvresorts.com, and schedule your summer vacation with the fam right now.
Welcome back. It is the Morning Woodward Show on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. Thank you to everybody who's watching us on all of our social platforms right now, being a part of the conversation, writing your comments, sharing, liking, all types of stuff. And, of course, don't forget, you can call in 313-552-6322 is the phone number if you want to talk about the Lions draft, which is coming up on Thursday. And don't forget, our party is going to be at the Del Mar in Greektown. We're going to be down there doing a live draft party starting at 7 p.m. Joy Bell's going to be down there hanging out. We invited a whole bunch of people from around the city. It's going to be an amazing time at the NFL draft party with Woodward Sports live from Del Mar. So let's get back into this mock draft. Well, Adam's over there impersonating Fish, and it's cracking me up right now.
Before we go on to number 5, now we went on our little break, something came across my phone.
Uh-oh, breaking news!
Not really breaking news.
Okay, not breaking news!
Well, anyway, NFL Network's Ian Rappaport is reporting that the Atlanta Falcons are fielding trade offers for Julio Jones.
Oh, so there you go.
Now, here's the thing. If they move on with Julio Jones, if they trade him post after June 1st, it will save them $15 million on their cap. And right now, they're less than $1 million under the cap. So,
okay.
And that's without any draft picks assigned. So,
they have to trade Julio Jones.
They have to trade Julio Jones.
God, I hope he doesn't go to the Packers.
Well, they said some of the potential teams right now, NBC Sports reported some of the potential teams that could get Julio Jones would be the Raiders, Patriots, Ravens, or Titans.
I'm good with any of those. Any of those. I just don't want Aaron Rodgers to get Julio Jones or, like I was worried A.J. Green was going to be a Packer that last year. And A.J. Green ain't shit compared to Julio Jones right now. So, okay. That goes back to what we were just talking about. Like, you have to alleviate that pressure at wide receiver if you're going to draft a guy like Pitts. Otherwise, you're just getting the same people over and over and over.
Yeah, I can see them moving on from Julio. Just get him out of there. Not that he's done anything wrong, but
no.
you have to get rid of him.
He's old. He's got old balls. Just look at him. He's old.
So they get rid of Julio. Now who are you drafting then?
Gotta get Pitts. Now it's a no-brainer. Now it's a layup essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, you take Pitts in that situation.
So they'll probably, in this case, they'll probably end up drafting Pitts and then just moving on from Julio's later on, and then probably having that whole time. Man. Probably, I'm guessing Pitts would be in limbo until they move on from Julio, because you gotta clear that cap space. You need that $15 million.
Yeah, the Lions did a lot of that because they didn't have any cap space too, and that was part of the restructure with Goff and all that. It really helped us out. I'm just trying to think of other teams that Julio can go to and be successful. Like a San Francisco could use a Julio Jones. Seattle, no. Dallas, no. So, yeah, I think anybody could use a Julio Jones, but what team is he going to push over the top is really what I'm thinking.
You know what team I think he could push
Buffalo?
over the top? I was about to say Buffalo.
Were you? Yeah.
He would push Buffalo over the top.
That would be dangerous. Stephon Diggs and Julio Jones as your two wideouts. Dawson Knox in the middle, baby. I don't know.
That's the Josh Allen MVP right there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, good. Well, we'll keep an eye on that and see what is exactly going on in Atlanta. See if they move out of that position or if they trade Julio Jones. Then we pretty much know who they're going to take. Number 5 in the draft that we're going over right now. This is Jason McIntyre's mock draft. And the reason we're talking about this is because he has somebody going to the Lions. He has a cornerback going to the Lions at 8 that we've pretty much never discussed, so I wanted to have this conversation today because the draft is creeping up on us, man. But number 5, wide receiver Jamar Chase out of LSU to the Bengals, which is perfect for the Bengals.
Kind of what I thought, just off the fact that they could go ahead and get Burrow with some guys that he's familiar with. They bringing in Thaddeus Moss. You go ahead and bring in Jamar Chase. You got those guys right there. That's pretty much is it for me. Reunite that LSU trio and see what kind of magic you can create.
That's what's crazy to me is just them reuniting Joe Burrow with Jamar Chase would be sweet just to see that happen, because obviously they had a great connection at LSU that it's got to translate over to the NFL, right?
Yeah, it would if you have a fucking line to block for you. That's the problem with the Bengals right now. I mean, you see like even the memes that's going on about Joe Burrow sitting there with that long scar down the middle of his knee. They got to go offensive line. Like, that's what I was saying. Drafting Jamar Chase is perfect for the Bengals because that's a Bengals thing to do. Knowing that you have a franchise quarterback you spent the number 1 overall draft pick on last year, and then doubling down with a wide receiver who took a year off and not addressing the line at all.
Bengals have always just been about, if you just as an outsider looking in, it feels like the Bengals are just about, if we can just get to the playoffs, we're good. We're not trying to win championship. We're just trying to sell tickets. And
I think they should be trying to protect their quarterback.
I mean, they barely protected Carson Palmer when they had him.
Right? You figure they'd learn eventually. That's what I'm hoping the Lions do this time if we get a good offensive lineman that fall to us at 7. Like, all right, we haven't tried that. We've tried everything. We've tried multiple wide receivers. We've tried multiple tight ends. We've tried high defensive position. We've never tried just, you know what, we're going balls deep on the line. We've never tried that. And when we have with Stocker McDougal and Gosler Chairless and all those guys in the first round, they just never worked out for us.
Yeah,
Lincoln Tomlinson. There's another one. Lincoln Tomlinson worked out when he went away. Riley Reef, another guy, worked out when he went to go play for Minnesota. But not with us. Not with us, man. So
I believe it was just those coaches we had just didn't know what to do with them. It seems like every Lions player that was drafted for, like, I guess you could say the past 10, 15 years, the coaching staff didn't know what to do with them, man. They went elsewhere and became successful. Look at Kyle Van Noy.
Yeah, well, that was God. That will be the most frustrating thing ever. One of the most frustrating draft picks ever for the Detroit Lions. We draft him to fit a scheme. He doesn't fit the scheme that we're running that year. but we fire the guy that he doesn't fit, and we bring in a guy that he does fit, only after we traded him to the team that the guy we just hired worked for. Like, how does that make sense to anyone? Like, who is sitting in the front office like, you know what, we're really looking at this Patricia guy next year. You know who'd be great in the scheme? Kyle Van Noy. Screw it. Let's send him to New England so we don't have him next year when we get the system that we're trying to bring in. Like, how does that conversation go?
The Lions.
So there we go. I get a lot of my Lions frustrations with the Bengals because I see them making very similar to mistakes to what we have in the past.
Something about those cats.
Yep. Cats and this region, like this north-south region.
It's nice knowing that we're not alone, though. We're not the only ones out here making stupid decisions.
Yeah, that is nice.
It sucks, but I mean, it's nice.
Number 6 would be Kyle Pitts. If he's fallen to number 6, the Dolphins, not only would they be stupid to trade out of number 6, they'd be stupid not to give Tua actual weapons. Because if you look at Devontae Parker, who they got, Will Fuller now, not a great wide receiver core in Miami, not even a great running back core. So they got to build up pieces everywhere they can right now. They do have a good defense, so I don't think they really have to worry about anything on the defensive side of the ball.
I mean, Kyle Pitts to me is the best athlete in the draft.
Dancer.
He's athletic, 6'6", like around 245, can run the route tree, elusive, great hands. He would just be a home run for Tua. I love that pick there for them. He won't go. I don't think he'll fall down even to 6, but if he's there at 6, then that's a no-brainer.
Yeah, if he's there at 6, Miami's going to be fielding a lot of calls for people to trade up.
Yeah.
Miami has done really well in this draft, moving up, moving down, moving back up, just moving all over the place and creating more assets for themselves. I like what they've done.
They've done pretty good over the past couple of years of just reshaping that franchise, so kudos to them.
Yeah.
That's the thing is, like, when you look at him, there's not a single draft got him going past probably 6. And even that, I feel like 4 is where I think he goes, but past 6, I don't see that happening.
Definitely 4 now with this hearing that the Falcons are fielding offers for trade. Yeah.
So, I mean, if Pitts is there, they got to take him. You got to give Tua those weapons to utilize and be a part of the league. And, it's crazy to me that they're already thinking of bailing on Tua. You heard rumors of them maybe talking about trading for Deshaun Watson. And that's a whole nother thing. Like, where the hell is Deshaun Watson going to play this year? Is he going to play this year? Do you try to go buy him cheap right now if you are having questions at your quarterback position? But we'll find out. Thursday, draft day. Don't forget, we're going to be at the Del Mar. And you know what? Let's do this. Joey, let's get to your news, and then we'll go in depth on the Lions potentially drafting Patrick Surtain at number 7 overall, giving us cornerbacks back-to-back years in the NFL draft. So we're going to talk about that coming up. Corey does not like it. I have some stats that made me feel a little bit more comfortable if we went that route. So we'll do Joey's news coming up next right here on Woodward Sports.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. And at Hall Financial, we treat our clients like family. And our number one priority is giving each of our clients 5-star service. Our passion for 5-star service, combined with our expertise, allows us to find the best possible solution for refinancing your home loan. We take the time to focus on both the individual and the numbers. We're going to walk you through the process and close your loan in half the time of our competition. Go to davidhallmortgage.com today.
Good morning, everyone.
Extra, extra, read all about it.
Let's get into Joey's news.
Let's go.
Steph Curry breaking more records. Not much of a shocker, guys. He has made 83 three-pointers thus far in April, the most in a month in NBA history. The record previously held by James Harden, but this guy was just on fire this weekend. Just look how nasty he is right there.
I saw he was averaging 38.1 points a game this month. 38.1 a game.
Man, did he get his haircut fixed, man? Because I'm pissed, man. Draymond Green let that man go out there with a Timmy. You can't let that happen.
He did get that different haircut out there.
Okay, good, because, yeah, that was bad. That was bad. But
I don't care. He can wear whatever hair he wants as long as he's putting up buckets.
Yeah.
Like, you go out there in a clown suit. I don't care.
Another one who put up buckets, sadly, Blake Griffin. But not on this play. Look what happened to our boy. Chris Paul put him to work and sent him flying. Look at him trying to guard up CP3. Whoop, whoop. Love to see that. But, yeah, Blake Griffin had a hell of a game, dropping 16 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. Something we never saw here in Detroit.
Nope.
At least not these past couple of years. You know what? I'm not a big CP3 fan, but at that moment, I had a healthy laugh.
Yeah, especially when it's former teammates going at it like that, because you know that happens in practice all the time, and to finally get that get back on the court. Like
Yeah, you know CP3 loved that because he used to always get in Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan. So, yeah.
We are going to be talking a lot more about nasty leg injuries coming up soon. So I'm not going to get too deep into UFC 261, but Usman did beat Masvidal, but the shocker this weekend was Uriah Hall getting the TKO W after the nasty Chris Weidman leg break. Can't play the video, but even better, the reaction from Woodward Sports Saturday night.
No?
He looks like he's been training.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? Ooh,
Here we-
no. Oh, no!
Oh, my God!
First round victory! How did that happen?
Oh, my God!
Shit!
But what happened? He didn't kick him, did he?
Yeah, he kicked him and broke his leg like he fucking did to Anderson Silva.
That's karma!
What is happening tonight?
Oh, my
Uriah Hall calf kicked Chris Weidman and pulled an Anderson Silva, and the fight is over. Oh my fucking God.
Uriah Hall blocked the kick.
We
and
can't
the dude
make this shit up.
snapped his leg over his leg.
Well, he kicked Anderson Silva years ago. Do you remember that? And he did the same thing to Anderson Silva, and now it happened to him.
That guy made of fucking steel? Why? I mean, you know this guy trains kicking things.
Yes.
And you know Uriah Hall isn't happy right now.
No.
Look at him.
Well,
What do you mean he's not happy? You don't want
Stick just saying, oh, my God. Oh, that was so quick into that fight.
Booth Stick was the MVP of the whole show. Sorry.
Well, I think I'm the only one who actually saw the leg break in real time. Because if you replay it, Ace is like, what happened? What happened? And when you were sitting in that booth, we were playing the UFC fight on this big screen behind me. And I'm sitting in that booth a little bit lower than everybody, so I got a better view of the lower part of this
They
screen.
got to turn around and see
And
it.
they're turning around looking at these big guys fighting behind them. And I literally, just behind Art, all I see is this leg, like, just go
Hanging.
swoosh, like
Just
and
hanging.
then the guy tries to put weight on it and just falls backwards. And I like I said, I think I'm the only one who saw it in real time because Ace is like, what happened? Did he kick him? And I'm just like, oh my God.
Right, because it just dropped. You know, like when you see it happen.
Oof.
For me, I didn't see it right away, but then you watch it back, and then you see it in slow-mo, and then it just keeps getting worse and worse.
Yeah, play back the beginning of that one more time. Because watch Ace's reaction on
No?
this.
He looks like he's been
Ace is
training.
Yeah,
he doesn't
exactly.
really see it.
You know?
Watch.
Ooh,
Here we-
oh, no! Oh, my God! First round victory! How did that happen?
Oh my God!
Shit!
But what happened? He didn't kick him, did he?
See,
Yeah,
Ace
he
doesn't
kicked him
really
and
know
broke
what
his leg
happened
like
at
he
that
fucking
point,
did
and
to
I
Anderson
just saw a
Silva.
leg get
That's
snapped in half.
He
so-
covered up the eyes, though. He went like this.
Oh my gosh, that was such a brutal. And think about that, man. Like, the dude. First of all, the dude won the fight without throwing a strike, which
Right.
is amazing. Just one defense with his leg.
How many times has that happened, for real?
Never. That was the first time in UFC history. And it was a 7-second TKO, second longest TKO in UFC history. But think about just how amazingly strong your body has to be, where a dude tries to kick you and his leg snaps.
I'm surprised that doesn't happen more. I mean, you think of like, yes, these guys are strong in their legs, but it's just your foot. So it's like you kick someone right there in the shin area. Like, how does that not happen? That was scary.
Is that dude effing Luke Cage or some shit? Like damn, that's the only thing I can explain it.
That's what I was saying. Like, he's fighting Wolverine. Dude's just made of steel inside. Like, because, like I said, you know this dude trains by kicking things for a living. It's not like he's got soft muscles or it just that, like, it must have hit just right and snapped his whole damn leg in half. And, oh, man.
Every time I think about it, just
then you're not going to like what we talk about later on this show, because we're going to go over some of the worst leg injuries in sports history, and some of these breaks are...
Yeah, me and Adam switching spots for that.
Another guy made a steal, Gronk. He returned home to his alma mater, University of Arizona, for their spring game. But the attention was not on the players. It was on him because he attempted to break a world record, and he sure did on this one right here.
Oh,
as
no
they
way.
drop a football 600 feet above him from a helicopter. All the students recording, and Gronk catches it.
Is there anything Gronk can't do besides calm the hell down?
That's so awesome. I love this video, too, all the different footage. So awesome right there.
That is amazing, man.
Gronk still has the all-time blocking the trade move. Got traded
coming to Detroit.
Got to trade to Detroit Lions. He's like, oh, you can't trade me. I'm retired.
And then they're like, okay, we're not trading you. He's like, oh, I'm feeling better. I want to play now.
Gonna go play with TB again? Okay.
Well, I mean, think about Gronk on University of Arizona's campus. Like, that dude is a king, a god, a legend.
Dude, you could put him on any campus, and then we're talking about University of Arizona, so it's like, all right, yep, he's the guy on that campus.
Yeah. Good for Gronk. What a charmed life Gronk is living, man. He did something right at some point in his life, that's for sure.
I mean, he's identified as one word, Gronk.
And it's such such a weird word too.
Not
like,
even his full name.
right.
We just call him Gronk.
Gronk smash. Just a freaking ogre out there smashing everything.
The Detroit Pistons lost to the Indiana Pacers on Saturday by 6. Mason Plumlee dropped 17 points, 21 rebounds, and they are taking on the Atlanta Hawks at 7 p.m. tonight. And not a good weekend for our other Detroit team, the Tigers, getting 3 straight losses to the Royals and one final attempt to prevent this sweep because they play them again today at 1:10. But here's a beautiful out with the backhand pass.
Backhand pass. Glove flip.
Glove flip.
You like that? We got it out, baby.
We got
it
something.
out.
We might have lost, but we got something there.
This team can just not score runs, man. They just can't score runs. It's tough.
It's about to be a brutal season.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It started out, we were 6-6.
Yep.
And now we're at 7-15.
About
1-9.
About where it was honestly expected.
Life comes at you pretty fast,
Yeah.
especially in baseball when you're playing a game every single day. Like, you can go from 6-6 to 7-15 real quick.
Literally feels like overnight.
Right, it does.
And lastly, Central Michigan quarterback John Keller, due to a shot at an off-campus party, and there was actually 2 people that got shot, and thankfully both of them are looking to be good. John Keller was the one that was in worse condition, but now they're saying that he is recovering and in stable condition, but that is just scary right there to get shot up. They said that fight broke out, and then one of the guys went out back to his car, got the gun, and started shooting.
And you feel bad for this kid, too, because, you know, he went to, I believe it was Cincinnati. Then he took a year off, went to community college, and now he was going to start playing for Central. And life decisions, man, because if he didn't decide to transfer to Central, obviously he would have never gotten shot at Central. So, I mean, the butterfly effect is such a crazy, crazy thing in life, especially when you see things like that happen. Like, dude could have sat out another year. Dude could have transferred to any other college and not got shot, but he chose Central and off campus. It wasn't on Central. So if you're a chip, I'm not talking bad about your school, but facts of the matter is, dude got capped at an off campus party. It happens.
It's just unfortunate. Hopefully he makes a speedy recovery, but that's just got to be a sucky feeling. You think you're about to have a fresh new start, and then you got to deal with this crap.
Right.
Yep. If you're trying to have an even fresher start, what about Northwestern Tech?
Jeez.
That was a horrible transition there.
Don't get shot.
Don't get shot at CMU. Go. I'm just kidding. It was actually, the shooting was off campus.
Off campus.
Off campus. Nothing to do with the university.
We love Terry Foster and the Chips.
But when we talk about Northwestern Tech, though, that's where it's at. It's a great, great spot for you to get a start to your career. So right now, check them out, the 10.5-month hands-on HVAC program. You always hear me talking about that because at minimum, college lasts, 4 years? But you could go all the way up to be a super senior. This is only a 10.5-month program, so go check them out, northwesterntech.edu. And when I said super senior, Corey Woods was in here with his hand up. How many years did it take you, Corey?
Let's not get into that.
northwesterntech.edu. Check them out.
Bridge Street Exchange, downtown Fenton. I'm trying to find me a shirt. Ooh, look at these swimming shorts. What are you doing over there, Stick?
I'm trying to find me a drink. Ooh, look at these bonfire bitters.
Ready for summer.
Let's go.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show on the Woodward Sports Network. Hey, Fish, turn my beds up real quick. You know, we got to retrain Adam. You're no Fish, man.
I want to read Fish's text that he sent us because I could only imagine how sad he was. If you're just waking up with us, Fish, unfortunately, is out today because he sent us a text yesterday about how he's sick. But he said, good day, everyone. Hope your Sunday is going great. I have been sick for the past 22 hours. Not 24 hours, the past 22 hours. Just so particular. And he said, don't worry, it is not COVID. But the way he sent the text was my favorite because he said, like, as a result, I will be out Monday in hopes to return back to the office on Tuesday.
Yep.
It was so proper.
And then people were asking, like, well, Fish, who's going to do this for you? And he's like, Stick will do it for you. Like, assigning me duties here. And it's like, damn it, Fish. What is going on, buddy? But we miss you, Fish. Come back soon, buddy. It's not the same without you yelling lights every morning and, you know, just being the mascot that he is.
Especially with Adam's bets today, it's not going to be the same because he would obviously be able to rip on him, and it's not going to happen today.
Adam, you doing Fish's facts today from the booth? Turn your mic on, Adam.
Absolutely.
Oh. Look how weird that even looks. Adam in the booth.
Yeah, it says Fish Cam. Like, it ain't even you.
It doesn't matter. For the eternity, that is going to be Fish Cam. I don't care who's in that booth. That's Fish Cam.
What are you going to do? Stuck here. Thanks, Fish.
Hey, give us a fish fist pump real quick. Yeah, thank you, man. All right, so we were talking about the NFL draft. Obviously, it's this Thursday, the mock draft that came out from CBS. This is where it gets interesting for the Detroit Lions because, like I said, we've discussed quarterback, we've discussed offensive linemen, and wide receivers pretty much exclusively for this pick. Micah Parsons has peeked his name in the conversation from time to time, but that's really the only defensive side of the ball that we've discussed as a network and me personally as a Lions fan. So
and the thing about this is it's Jason McIntyre, the guy that we're going off of.
Yep.
And he's a Fox Sports guy.
The CBS.
Isn't it Fox Sports?
I don't know.
Fox Sports.
Yeah, the graphics said CBS.
He's a Fox Sports radio dude, right? This guy got a podcast called the Straight Fire Podcast. So when you got to call your own podcast Straight Fire, you know you want some
self-proclaimed fire?
Yes, you want some shit.
That is where I was going to kind of go with it as far as Jason McIntyre. If you're familiar with him, he occasionally appears on FS1's Undisputed and a few of their other shows. And Jason McIntyre, all he does is hot takes. He's the king of bad hot takes. And I mean, this is the guy who said that he didn't even know that the Raiders had a real fan base. I'm like, just because they're losing, how do you not know about the black hole? Like, I don't get it. He's had bad takes about Tom Brady eventually going to fall off. He's had bad takes about Baker Mayfield. The guys, if you know about Jason McIntyre, he just has a whole bunch of bad takes.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know much about him. I just know that he has Patrick Surtain going to the Lions at number 7, and I haven't seen anybody else come out with a mock draft that has a cornerback, let alone going that high, going to the Lions. And so my question is, are you going to freak out if we go back-to-back cornerbacks in the NFL draft? Obviously, we went Okudah last year, which is still a wait-and-see project. Surtain seems a little bit more NFL ready, which is weird to say because we've taken him at 7, not number 3 overall. But what do you guys, if draft night comes and Roger Goodell gets up there and, you know, we hear the NFL chime. Can you turn up the beds real quick, Adam? We hear that chime, and then we hear the Detroit Lions select Patrick Surtain, cornerback, Alabama.
Well, that'll mean that, okay, here's what that'll mean. That'll mean that Brad Holmes is no different than Bob Quinn. And here's why I say that.
Holy shit, you're bringing the heat with that.
No. Here's the context of why I say this. During the pre-draft press conference that I was a part of, I'm going to read a quote from Brad Holmes. This was on if a team having a history of wide receivers and tight ends dissuades him from taking those positions early on. Here's the full quote. No, not at all. I wasn't even saying that in a negative sense of past picks. I was just saying that there have been picks that have been high picks at those positions, but no, it does not. I think you've got to approach every single player in its own silo, and then the same thing with every single position. So if it's a corner that we really, really like, that's just a corner we really, really like and think it's a great fit. It's not to compare him to Jeff Okudah, or it's not to do anything like that. But if there's any other position that we're really high on, they're really excited on, then they're going to go ahead and go in that direction. So in that aspect, that's where I kind of understand the whole maybe Jason McIntyre putting Patrick Surtain there, because he mentioned the cornerback example several times throughout that press conference. I think it's a smokescreen, personally, trying to get maybe Dallas or somebody to trade up with them. But that's just the context that I'm taking it from, where he would be just like Bob Quinn of telegraphing a pick.
My thing on that is, I respect the whole list, and I'm not going off of comparing him to Jeff Okudah or whatnot, but the fact of the matter is that last year we drafted Jeff Okudah. Was that a great pick? Not a good pick, but we'll see if it pans out. But my biggest issue with this is we're a part of a rebuild right now, and if we really want to do this rebuild right, and you want Patrick Surtain at that number 7 pick, I would much rather just trade that back and get better draft capital, because I don't see Patrick Surtain as being the person that's going to make us that much of a different team.
Yeah, and that's the thing. How much of an impact is it going to be to, in theory, you want your 2 shutdown corners. And what does that do for the Lions defense moving forward, and how do we look? I mean, listen, we know the game is going pass heavy. It's been going that way for a long time. You know you need speed on the edges, especially now with the more mobile quarterbacks just pretty much being everywhere. It used to be like 2 or 3 guys were mobile. Now everybody's like fast as hell at quarterback. So I don't mind the idea of having that speed on the edges. And when I look at some of Patrick Surtain's stats, like, you know, he's 93 Pro Football Focus grade, which puts him pretty much above anybody who's come out of Alabama in the past 30 years at cornerback, and that includes like a Mika Fitzpatrick and stuff like that. So, I mean, it definitely is a good look on him. He's only allowed 2 receptions of 20 or more yards.
That's actually impressive. That's very impressive.
That's impressive, but not where the Lions need to go. Now, there is another mock draft that I have seen out there with the Lions getting Patrick Surtain, but it's not at the number 6. I've seen one from Josh Edwards on CBS Sports. He has the Lions trading back to number 15 with New England and taking Surtain at number 15. Still don't think that the Lions need to go ahead and draft back-to-back corners that year, but if they get him, but, you know, that's just what I read. I read another mock draft this morning. Peter King, he has the Lions getting Penei Sewell at number 7.
Adam?
I mean, if you guys are going to go based off of this draft and all these 6 picks, theoretically they happen, Trey Lance is still on the board, which means Washington's in play, Denver's in play, and New England's in play. So trading back, to me, would be the most sensible option. Taking a corner at 7 makes no sense right now.
None.
I think you can go back to 9 or, let's say, 13. And you can still get Patrick Surtain. You can go grab a Devontae Smith maybe later at 15. Or you can get someone else's first-round pick. There's a lot of options here. I don't think Patrick Surtain at 7 makes sense. I think it's really stupid, actually.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's not something that ideally I want. But then when I started, you know, looking at some of these stats, 978 snaps in press coverage. That was 266 more than any other person in college football. So he's going to translate a lot faster to the pro game than Okudah did. So you may have your shutdown corner year one if you get Surtain.
That's fine. But, again, Trey Lance is on the board. So if you're the Lions, you got to be responsible, and you got to trade back to a team that really wants him and get draft capital. Patrick Surtain isn't going to turn the Lions into a playoff team next year. We all know this. They're going through a rebuild. So it makes absolutely no sense. You can still get Patrick Surtain at 9. You can get him at 11. Probably even 15. You can get J.C. Horn. Maybe not Patrick Surtain if you really want a corner. There's going to be players available. Do not reach. Jeff Okudah will never live up to a number 3 overall pick. So he's already a bust. He can never be a Deion Sanders or any type of shutdown corner to that extent where he justifies a number 3 pick. So we can just forget about that. Hopefully he turns into a good number 2 corner. That would be great.
Yeah.
At this point.
Oh, God. To think that we spent a number 3 overall pick on a number 2 corner, that's not a good use of that value.
If the Lions want to get a cornerback so bad, I would just hope that they trade back. If they're going to do a trade back fine. Still, I wouldn't trade back to get a cornerback. I would probably trade up in that second round to try to maybe move up a little higher in the second round and move into the late first round and probably draft like Asante Samuel Jr. That's what I would do. But drafting a cornerback at number 7, no.
The other guy I really like in this draft is J.C. Horn. I mean, at cornerback, I know Surtain's bigger, he's more physical, but when you look at J.C. Horn's numbers against top-end wide receivers in the NCAA, like, Jalen Waddle, 1 reception for 12 yards against J.C. Horn. Jerry Jeudy, 1 reception for 7 yards against J.C. Horn. Justin Ross, 2 receptions for 14 yards against J.C. Horn. Kyle Pitts, one reception, 1 of 3, so he caught 1 out of 3 balls thrown at him for 20 yards with Kyle Pitts. And then he caught 7 of 10 balls for 47 yards against Elijah Moore, who I like Elijah Moore later in the draft. If you don't know who he is, do some research and watch some film on this guy. He had 47 yards, but that was over the course of 2 games. So you put J.C. Horn's numbers up against anybody, and he's really only allowed, 5 receptions to Jalen Waddle, Jerry Jeudy, Kyle Pitt, and Justin Ross. That dude can ball. Whether you want to believe that we should take a cornerback or not, Surtain may not even be the best cornerback in the draft this year.
Yeah, so I mean, I wouldn't go with a cornerback. There are other options that they can get later on in the draft. I just think that right now they just need to go ahead and either select the best player available at number 7 or trade back and get more draft capital. But Patrick Surtain at number 7 would be horrendous.
Yeah, well, the good news is we get to find out Thursday. And like I said, this is the only draft where I've seen the Lions taking a cornerback that high. So I wanted to discuss it with you guys to see what you would feel. Part of me is like, okay, anything will work at this point because we need help at every single position. But another part of me is still sticking with, let's build that offensive line the right way finally and do it where we finally have 2 good pieces in place already and we add a third. Not that we have no good places and we try to build around 1 guy. Like we got 2 pieces. Let's make it 3 on that offensive line. And that's what I'll be looking forward to this Thursday. NFL draft going on. We'll be doing our live draft party at the Del Mar in Greektown. So if you guys want to come down, Maker's Mark is going to hook it up. They got some drink specials going on down there. Plus, we got food. We got all types of stuff. Joik is going to be playing Madden. So if you guys want to come down. There is limited seating. They're only allowing 100 people into this. And we got a guest list if you want to get on the VIP. Let us know, and you can come down and watch the draft with us. It's going to be a good time on Thursday. I'm really looking forward to this draft.
And it's going to be cool watching it with Joik and a couple other former NFL players that are going to be there at this event because they're going to look at it at a different way because they've been through that.
Right.
And that's going to be fun because for us, we're just regular guys watching the NFL draft hoping that the Lions make the right decision.
Are you going to be you going to dress up like the commissioner, Joey?
Yeah, I'm going to have to.
Hell yeah. Get a nice 3-piece suit on Joey. The commissioner got vaccinated so he can hug people. That's what they said. He's allowed to hug people this year.
Oh, great.
Yeah, the hugs are back, Corey. The hugs are back. Adam is here with his bets. We're going to hit those next on the Woodward Sports Network.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We're recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10.5 months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
a graduate of Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show right here on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network, where we bring the sports heat right to your phone. So make sure you download the app, you download everything that we got going on, whether it's Google or Apple, and then, of course, make sure you're following us on all social media at Woodward Sports. We appreciate you guys watching on YouTube right now. Make sure you hit that subscribe. If you're on Facebook right now, make sure you hit the like and share. And if you got some stars handy, drop some stars in there.
Can I give a shout out?
And everybody on Twitch, too. Yeah.
So I was at Tubby's over the weekend, and this is the Tubby's on Haggerty in Commerce Township. And the owner actually put on Woodward Sports on the YouTube and airplayed it to his TV.
That's awesome.
And it was the coolest thing seeing that happen. So I just wanted to shout them out for putting us on. And He's a big fan of the network, so we appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man. And if you're a local business and you got on Woodward Sports when we walk in, you never know. May wind up with something pretty cool that we could give you. So
Yes.
let's get that going. And if you're out shopping or you see places that you think would enjoy Woodward Sports, let them know. Help us spread the word about it. Fish is out sick, so that means Adam is in the fish bowl right now. And Adam, it is now time for your bets. You ready to do your bets today, man?
Oh, yeah. I'm excited. This is so weird doing a bet in here. I'm not going to lie. And, like, I don't know if Fish spends 2 hours in here per show.
I was thinking about that earlier. Like, we got to get him a chair or something.
Yeah,
in
like,
there.
I'm like, dying. I've been doing this for not even a day. Anyways, 3-2 on Friday. So we recovered after a horrible Monday through Thursday showing last week. So I'm really excited. Monday's a fresh start. I think this is a hitter today. I'm going to start with the Phoenix Suns to cover the spread against the New York Knicks. The Knicks have actually covered their last 13 games. I think that streak ends tonight against Phoenix. 2 points. I really like that number. I'll take it. And then I'll move on to the New Orleans Pelicans to cover the spread at plus 3.5. I'll take them either at an underdog or to cover the spread in general against the Clippers. Both are good bets today. The next game is going to be the Miami Heat to cover the spread at minus 4 points. I will take them against the Chicago Bulls. Bulls are probably one of the more inconsistent offensive teams in the East outside of the Orlando Magic. I think Miami shuts them down easily. Betting the under in this game wouldn't be a bad bet either. And then I'm going to finish the night with 2 hockey games. I am not taking the over or under in either of the games. I'm actually going to bet them straight up on the money line. I'll take Edmonton to beat the Jets today at minus 110. And I'll take the Montreal Canadiens to upset the Calgary Flames at plus 105. The Montreal Canadiens have not lost 3 straight games to the Canadiens in the last 4 seasons.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
The last 4 seasons?
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty safe bet then.
Yeah.
Is that why you're taking it?
That's right, baby. Just looking for trends.
Yeah. I like that New Orleans Pelicans to cover the spread, man. As you know, the Pelicans, that's my soft spot team.
They've got one of the most dominant players in the NBA, and nobody talks about him.
Dude, it's crazy how quick he was to, like, what does he have, like 2,000 points? He's one of the fastest to 2,000 points ever.
He's putting up, I think, like 26.5 points a game right now, but he's shooting like almost 60% from the field. He is so efficient.
Yeah, if you don't know who we're talking about Zion. Zion is just... I was excited to see him come out of high school. You know, like, all right, this guy's bullying people in high school. And then he was bullying people in college a little bit. And it's like, all right, let's see what he's going to do against real men.
Yeah.
There's no man in this league besides Isaiah Stewart that can hang with Zion.
I don't even think Isaiah Stewart could hang with Zion.
Listen,
He's just built different, but...
Isaiah Stewart can hang with Zion.
All right.
Let me
I'm
have
not going
that.
to burst your bubble this morning.
Yeah. So let's run through your bets one more time, man, because these are good bets today. I like these.
Yeah, I like them a lot. I'll take Phoenix to cover 2 points against the Knicks. It'll be a close game, but Phoenix can cover this easily, and I think the streak of 13 straight games the New York Knicks have covered will end tonight. I'll take the Pelicans to cover. Honestly, it's also a good bet to bet them as an underdog if you want to take them straight up on the money line against the Clippers. I really like that bet. And I'll take the Heat to cover easily, 4 points against the Bulls. I love this number. It's honestly easy to call. Miami to shut down Chicago's weak offense outside of Zach LaVine. And to be honest, if you want to bet the under, it's also a good bet. And then 2 hockey games. I'll just bet the money line, Edmonton and Montreal to win both tonight.
So are you moving off the 5.5?
No, actually, Friday I went 2-0 betting the over on the 5.5 line. I just I wasn't feeling it today. I wasn't confident in the bet, so I wasn't going to put it out there.
I think this is your first time in what?
I want to say like 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Yeah, not having an over in the NHL.
But you got a solid record,
we're
142 and 100. I mean, that's taking home some purses.
59%, not bad.
Yeah, good job, man.
Yeah.
So if you want to get in on Adam's bets, make sure you're watching every morning at 8:50. He'll tip you in on the games to bet on for the day. And all you got to do, head over to MyBookie to do it. Go to MyBookie.com right now or MyBookie.ag. They own all those sites, so just go to all of them. It's all MyBookie. It's all fun, and we will match your first deposit anywhere up to 50%. So when you enter promo code Woodward, we will match that first deposit. So you put in $500, you're going to get an extra $250. You put in $100, you're going to get an extra $50. So if you want to get in on Adam's parlay of today, you can do that or break down all of his bets individually. But make sure you do it at MyBookie. I know Art had some fun this weekend with the MMA fights on there, and Broadwell did not do well. Art did well, and it's going to be fun to see those guys talk about it later on the Art of Combat podcast. podcast too. But make sure you go mybookie.ag or mybookie.com. Enter promo code Woodward today.
You don't fumble the ball at work. Hey, Drake Bell, Sean Baligian. See you guys next weekend.
Thanks, mate.
Oh, Bell's soft. Wait till it comes to New Zealand. Pour that out.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show right here on the Woodward Sports Network. Right, Joey?
That's where we are.
That's where we're at. Thank you guys for joining us this morning and every morning. We are on 8 to 10 right here, and we appreciate you being a part of the morning show. And we try to add new things weekly for you, something that we added a couple weeks ago that's been slowly evolving, just like his personality. We brought on Intern Mike. Hi, Intern Mike.
Hi, how's it going?
Hi, Mike.
Hi, Mike.
Hello.
Way to bring the energy when you come on. I appreciate that.
Oh, gotta love it.
Intern Mike or Mikey TikTok or...
Mikey TikTok's what he goes by now.
Yeah, I just owned it at this point.
When's the last time you did a TikTok?
Last night.
Oh, okay, good. I was going to say, man, if you're slacking on that, we're going to take that name from you right now.
It'd just be...
Just Mikey.
Mikey, producer of videos.
Just Mikey. I make funny videos.
Yes.
So, yeah, let's do it, man. You do your weekend update of all things going on in the sports world. You take a kind of funny take on all of these, and I enjoy this every week. I look forward to this on Monday.
This week's a little different, though.
Uh-oh.
Me and Ben are starting a little bit of a video series that I'm going to put in conjunction with my weekend update. I just wanted to kind of roll it out this week, show everybody what I had to do.
All right, let's see it, man. Intro it. Go ahead. Throw it to it.
All right, so this is Dave Davison, Director of HR.
Uh-oh.
Hi, my name is Dave Davison, not David Davidson. I am the head of the Human Resources Department here at Woodward Sports. I am also the only employee in the Human Resources Department here at Woodward Sports because I hired myself. I'd say I'm a pretty good hire. How did I get here? Banana bread. I went to Birmingham Roast to get some banana bread, and I went through a wrong door, and I've been coming back ever since. A little bit about me. My favorite interests are 0% APR, 0 down for 36 months. Also, my favorite Wayne. I went to school at the University of Phoenix when I lived in Phoenix. So I got both the online and the in-state rates. I also taught there at the University of Phoenix campus. Well, it was in a parking lot that had a University of Phoenix billboard, and whatever drifters were just in that area at 3 were the ones I spoke to. You know, my duties here include charts, graphs, paper money, purchasing, and any general life advice the guys want from me. Everyone here has been great to me. I haven't met anyone yet, but I'm sure they'll be great. Make sure to follow me on Twitter.
Not funny at all.
I gotta admit, Mike, that was not your best work.
Not funny at all, Mike.
That was not supposed to be that. It's not supposed to be
No,
that.
it is supposed to be. That's why we're putting it on the fucking show.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be funny. Supposed to be entertaining.
I know.
Normally, I love your drive. I like the interest, my favorite interest. I thought that was a funny part in there.
That was decent.
Decent. Appreciate you guys being so.
I mean, we're not gonna sit here and lie to you.
Right, I know.
Like we expect you to come up here. Last week we had a good one. We were like, you know what? You're doing so well. Let's give you some more time. And you said, all right, we'll take some more time. You used less time and got less funny.
That's not the progression we want to make on this show.
Fish would be disappointed.
I know.
Yeah, Fish is giving you a thumbs down from home right now.
And Fish says, good job. That's funny to everything.
So next week, what can we improve on?
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to... Wow, this went very great. I'm reading the comments. I got to stop doing that. Oh, my gosh. I'm turning this laptop down.
Yes, that's definitely a good start.
That is what I'm going to do, is just avoid the internet at all today. But no, that was kind of the intro to it. And it wasn't necessarily supposed to be the best work. It was just kind of feeling it out.
Were you trying to be like The Office? Is that
In a
what you're
way.
trying to go with on that?
In a way.
Yeah, we want to do the weekend update.
Yeah, I know, and that's going to be in addition to it.
No. Let's stick with weekend update till we perfect that. Then let's move on to the office.
Yeah, no additions yet.
No additions.
I can't. Okay, you know what?
Go back to
I
no
try to
quiet
make it
freedom.
better. I try to make it better, and I make it worse, and then I'm told to not try to make it better.
We tried to give you creative freedom, but clearly letting you run wild through the fields is going to produce minute 30 of that when we asked you for 5 minutes of what we got last week.
I don't know what to say at this point.
No, it's fine. Listen. When you're putting yourself out there and you're doing stuff, you're going to be open to critique. Joey and I have been called assholes pretty much for the past 10 years here in Detroit.
Yeah.
Like, we do stuff. Joey takes off his shirt all the time. Some people hate it. Some people love it. But we do that. This is part of the growing.
If anything, that was supposed to be more cringe than it was funny. But that is the evolution of it.
Yeah. No, we want to stick with the funny. The funny is what sells. The cringe is like,
I was trying to go 50-50.
You went 0-100.
It is 0 to 100 real quick.
Jeez, guys.
Like, legit, watching that made me think, like, did you forget that you had to do this and you just did it last minute?
Wow. Ben, if you're watching this is your
No,
fault.
somebody help you on
Yeah,
that.
don't bring Ben in this.
No, Ben is the one who did this with me.
So now you're going to throw him under
We're
the bus.
falling under this bus together.
Okay, Matt Patricia.
Listen, there are YouTube comments of people saying they would rather masturbate with a knife than watch that video
I would
again.
rather watch someone masturbate with a knife.
Oh, okay.
I really would. Actually, no.
Oh, my God. No.
That's
no,
worse than that topic coming up.
That was more painful. But no, this is a part of it, Mike. We're here to help you grow. We're here to make fun of you when you suck, but we're also here to give you pats on the back when you do well.
Yeah.
And today, you sucked. It's all right.
All the other 99% of the times, you've been amazing. So don't be discouraged. But this
the
sucked.
bar is. You know what I've done though? You know what I've done is, I took it from about here.
Fish just text, stop hating on Mikey TikTok.
So here's what I did.
Just to me and Joey. That's it. Sorry, Fish. We're trying to make the show better, buddy.
Can we call Fish up, please?
Here's what I did. The bar was here.
Uh-huh.
If you put the bar here and then put the bar back here, people are like, wow, that was an improvement.
I mean, I see where you were going with it. Like I said, I like The Office approach, one of my favorite shows of all time. But let's stick with the weekend update stuff till we knock that out of the park.
Got it. I'm gonna go home now. It's great working here, guys.
Hey, anytime, man. We're so happy to have you. We love what you do on TikTok. We love your weekend updates. Like I said, I did love the pun about your favorite interests being interest rates. I thought that was cute. But yeah, outside of that, man, you got to make us laugh or cry or something besides.
And you're good at that, but you got to showcase it.
Yep.
Got it.
There you go.
At least you're good
criticism.
at taking
This has been such a painful, like my morning was going great. I woke up, I got a coffee, and now this has just been such a painful amount of time sitting in this chair.
Yeah, well, we're not gonna take you off the show at all. Like, you're fine.
No.
You're good.
I know.
We just want to let you know.
This has been enduring.
Next week, we want better.
You're held accountable. Listen, everybody watching right now, they're looking forward to it now.
Yeah. When
Next
Joey
week,
started his news, people told him he sucked.
Yes. Some of them being coworkers of ours. Thank you, Tom Masway.
Hey, Art. How's it going this morning, buddy?
See? They love you, Mikey TikTok. Good job. I like where your head's at. I like how you push the boundaries, but sometimes you try things and things don't work. Today didn't work. We'll try it again next week. You ready?
I will be the best ready that I can be. Yeah. Oh gosh.
Uh-oh. Is Fish on the line?
I can't hear any of this for the record.
We got Fish on the phone.
Give the man some headphones.
Give Mikey TikTok some headphones. I'm going to wear the headphones.
What's up, you, Fish? What's up, Fish? How you feeling, buddy?
I'm doing better.
Fish, just walk us through this weekend real quick. Like, what went down? Because I know you texted us yesterday saying the last 22 hours you have been sick. You said it's not COVID. You got tested. What's going on, Fishy?
Yeah, so 6:30 on Saturday, I got a tummy ache, and then I puked at about 1 a.m. on Anzac Day. That wasn't great, but I still enjoyed the sport, and it was rough, but I still watched some good stuff.
Fish, you sound just fine. Why aren't you in the office, man? Why do you got me locked up in this goddamn room?
Well, I haven't eaten in like 27 hours.
What?
No Lunchables
What are you
or nothing?
doing?
What am I doing now?
Yeah.
I'm watching the show.
How do you think the show's going today, Fish?
The show's going good. I'll admit I was multitasking. I was watching your show and I was watching another show.
Were you watching cricket?
No, I was watching 100% footy.
Ah, okay. So, and what did you think of Mike's video?
I thought his video was good.
Was it as funny as his last ones?
It was not as funny as his last one, I'll admit that. But, I don't know. You guys were ripping on him.
Yeah, we're not ripping on him. We just want the kid to grow.
Name one part of that video, Fish, that you thought that was so memorable.
I don't know, the graphs, I guess. David Davidson.
Exactly.
Yeah. See, no, he remembered it, and that's what I'm selling it on. He remembered the name. And you know what? Name recognition is going to go very far in this series. I'm selling it, guys. You know what? I'm doubling down on this concept now.
All right, Mikey. Well, we'll try it again next Monday, 9 a.m. Mikey's Weekend Update, which should be Mikey's Weekend Update, not an introduction to Pete Davidson or Dave Davidson or who the hell was the name?
Dave Davidson.
Let's just not worry about
Dave
it anymore.
Davidson.
Yeah. It's not important.
And Fish, you get better, man. We need you back here ASAP, okay, buddy?
I will be back tomorrow. I was just going to send a text out to everyone.
Yes! Good. Let's all give it the Fish fist pump. Yeah, we love you, Fish.
You guys are the best.
See you tomorrow, buddy. All right, Mikey, thank you very much for coming on, and we're going to discuss a little bit about breaking your leg. That you're supposed to break your leg. That's like a, entertainment. Break your leg.
Break your leg when you do that.
Yeah. Well, sports, it sometimes happens for real, and we're going to talk about all those big breaks coming up next on the Woodward Sports Network.
We are here, downtown Fenton, my favorite Bridge Street Exchange.
That's right. And you want to switch up your wardrobe this summer? It's this easy. You ready, Joey?
I'm ready.
All right, you ready? I like it. You want to do it again?
Yeah, let's do it again.
All right. Ooh, Brixton. Nice. One more time?
Yes.
Ooh, I like the hat on this one, too. You ready to do it one more time, Joey?
I'm getting tired. One last one.
All right, let's change it. Bro, where's your shirt? You need new clothes this summer. Bridge Street Exchange in Fenton. That's where you need to go. Thank you, guys.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show right here on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. We appreciate you guys waking up with us every single morning and being a part of the morning show, whether you're liking it, sharing it, commenting, calling in at 313-552-6322, or just listening on the app as you cruise down the street. Thank you guys for being a part of this. It's been fun to watch our viewership and our listenership grow every single week, and the only way that's happening is you guys letting other people know about us, so thank you so much. Over the weekend, MMA, UFC 261, big fights going on, but obviously the talk of the fight was the legs being broken. I mean, we played the reaction video earlier from myself, Ace, and Art when legs got broken during it, and it brought up a conversation to me where I wanted to discuss all the big leg injuries that we've seen. Not all of them, I guess that's too many to count, but some of the big leg injuries that we've seen in all sports. And when I saw that over the weekend, and if you want to just pull up the picture of it, because UFC's weird, they won't let us ever play any clips, but what we do have is the still of it. Woo! And I know ankles ain't supposed to bend like that.
Ooh. Like that? Ooh. It took me a second to see Weidman really realize that happened, because at first I watched this and I was like, what happened? Why did he go down? And then you see that, and then it's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it looks like when you're trying to kick off a wet sock. You guys ever had that?
That's the worst feeling in the world. One of the worst feelings.
Oh, could you imagine just kicking your leg and your ankles just flopping around like this? And the worst part is the guy tried to put pressure on it after that.
I've never had anything like that happen. I've never seen anything like that happen, but I've seen it enough times in sports history.
I've seen it happen twice in person, in real life, like to the point where a dude's bone came out of his leg when it twisted and it got stuck in the turf. And both times, kid Brad Mitchell, he's a kid I graduated with at St. Mary's.
He's the same dude?
He was the one responsible for tackling the guy both times.
All right, that's kind of cool.
Well, the not the NCAA, the MHSAA started to like investigate how he was tackling. Because he'd grab them and spin them, and that's what was happening. Their cleats would get stuck in the ground. And there was one kid I remember. He went to Country Day. His name was Colin Dill. He was supposed to be this high-end basketball prospect. I think Duke was looking at him at the time. They wanted him to play football because they're just like, oh, play football. You know, it's just as dangerous as basketball. And dude ended his whole career. And he ended up playing basketball that season, but he couldn't really move. He was just a standstill shooter, knock-dead shooter. But I often wonder what happened to Colin Dill and that life decision to play football instead of just sticking to basketball.
Damn.
Yeah,
that
crazy.
Sucks.
And then another kid I saw in high school, James Gonzalez, he got tackled and his forearm popped out. I saw a bone pop out.
Like in the middle?
Yeah, like it snapped and popped out.
I didn't even know there was a bone in the middle like that.
You don't know there's bones in your arm?
Not like that one that could snap right here in the middle, you said?
There's two right here. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought like right here you could have that disconnect.
No,
right
no,
in the middle.
your bones will snap anywhere. So wanted to kind of go over some of the worst leg injuries that we've ever seen. And we could stay with the MMA right now because Anderson Silva actually had this happen when he was fighting as well. And the irony of this is that's the guy who just broke his leg that he's kicking.
That is ironic right there.
Look at that, man.
Like, I don't even know what I'm looking at.
Yeah, it's like an optical illusion.
It's like a bad Photoshop job that the Kardashians did.
Right on their ass?
Yeah.
Like where the tile floor looks normal, but right behind their ass, it's all warped.
How does your body how does it do that?
I don't know, man. I honestly don't know how people bounce back like that.
You know what? Mentally, for me, if that happened to me, I just don't know. Even if the doctor just says, "Hey, you're healed," I would have so much PTSD from putting any type of pressure on my leg just to walk normal again. I don't know if I would be able. I don't know what I would do mentally. So anybody who recovers from that, more power to you. I just don't know how I would mentally be able to start walking again, just knowing that my leg just snapped like that.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely would make you question the integrity of every bone that you have in your body. Like, oh, it's just.
And that's the thing about it, though. These athletes, like especially in the UFC, they're dealing with injuries throughout their entire career to get to that point. But watching that, like, that's one sport that I know no chance in my life I could ever be a part of.
UFC?
I couldn't.
Oh, I love it.
You would?
Oh, yeah. That'd be fun.
I just don't have it in me. Like, that's one sport that you see so many injuries go down that it's just like you see someone get knocked out like that over the weekend, punched a few more times when you're on the ground.
Right.
And then on top of that, you got to get back up and say, all right, well, next fight.
Right.
Like, it's crazy to me, that sport, but I give it up to them for sure.
Yeah, you always catch those extra hammer fists when you're on the ground. You get knocked out, and then some dude's right on top of you, just pounded you right in the face. At least they always get at least 2 in.
Oh yeah.
No, I would do the training. I couldn't do the actual getting the octagon. I'm straight.
So, does anybody remember like the worst leg injury that they've seen during sports? Adam, what do you got to say, buddy?
I think the Gordon Hayward one, recent memory, that one was pretty bad. But leg breaks, or just breaks in general, are much, much easier to recover from than a ligament damage or any kind of tear in general.
Yeah, bone breaks, like, and you want a clean break like that, too.
Which it was for Weidman, so he'll be just fine.
Like, look at Dak. Dak's going to be playing NFL football this year, and less than a year later. But let's look at that Gordon Hayward break, because, you know, we got to take a trip down memory lane. This is Gordon Hayward's first game with the Celtics. They were so excited to have him. And it just did not work out the way that they planned. And these are all gruesome. Oh, look at his leg.
Wait till they see it. I think it was Tristan was the first one to see it.
Look at that. Look at the bench.
Even look at the opposing players.
Yeah.
They're just like.
They just walked away.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like watching, but watch the Cavaliers bench. Like, they all just get up and, like, oh, and they walk away.
Once you notice that, too.
Oh, that was just such a brutal injury, too. But, you know, Gordon Hayward, once again, because it was a clean break like that, he was able to recover, and he's back playing basketball today. Probably not at the same level he'll ever be at, though. Look at that bench. Oh, my God. Tristan Thompson.
It's just, ooh, man. But that's what you risk, you know, especially something like that. It's such a simple play. Like, you were just going up in the air like that.
Man, one that I can remember, I don't know if I should have sent that over, when Paul George broke his leg during it was the Team USA game.
Okay, yeah.
That was just, I did not think that he was going to come back. Like, is he going to be the same player again? But I think Paul George had a clean break. And, I mean, outside of performing in the playoffs, I would say Paul George is as good as ever.
Yeah, another basketball injury. Similar, that was more of his hip with Sean Livingston. You remember Sean Livingston? He came down just awkward and dislocated his hip. That was a crazy-looking injury.
Kevin Ware.
That's what, yeah. We're seeing a lot of that in the comments. I should have actually pulled up that video.
Because I think that was bone. Didn't the bone come out?
Yep. That one was
that bone came out on
bad.
that one.
I remember that.
And you can't forget about Alex Smith and Joe Theismann.
Yeah, Joe Theismann. I don't remember Joe Theismann, but I hearing about it.
Like that, once again, I'm with you. Joe Theismann on the right there. Look at, oh my God. But that's something that, even though we didn't grow up in the Joe Theismann era, you've heard about that injury and about how bad it was. Yeah. And the same thing with Alex Smith. Like, Alex Smith almost freaking died because of a leg injury. But they were able to reconstruct his leg, and obviously he won Comeback Player of the Year last year, retired this year, but at least he was able to get back on the field at some point in his life.
We're talking about the biggest freaks in nature in the world. Especially, like, you see these quarterbacks, if they just go one other way in a different direction towards to where that defender is going against, boom, that's it. It just breaks like that so easily. And it's just scary as heck to see that happen, but it's part of the game.
I know we have Willis McGahee video.
Breaking
Willis
his leg.
McGahee, this was early 2000s. And the crazy part about this is McGahee got drafted and they knew he wasn't going to be able to play for a whole year. Like, that's how talented this guy was. But look at this knee snap. Good God, man. Play that again.
He was such a beast in college.
He was one of my favorite running backs
Look
ever.
at this, though. Look at that knee, the hyperextension of that knee. That is just not healthy. But McGahee actually had a decent pro career.
Decent. It was decent.
Do you want to see if you can pull up that Kevin Ware? Because everybody keeps commenting about Kevin Ware being one that we should talk about.
Y'all do Kevin Ware. I'm definitely turning my
You know what? Alex does not want to pull it up.
This one, like in my lifetime personally,
might have been the
this
worst.
one goes down as the worst one I've ever seen because
with Kevin Ware.
Yes, I remember watching this one live too. This one was nasty.
Yeah.
The bone? Come on.
Yeah.
It broke skin.
That's what I was saying that I saw in high school, man. And that it's the weirdest thing when you see a bone poking out of skin.
Like, you see that last one with Hayward where it's like the players are obviously sad that they have to see that.
Right.
This one was one where I just remember people like bowing down crying to the point where it was like, dude, this guy's like never recovering from this one.
And that's the thing. I mean, you got to actually love your sport to get your leg broken like that. You know, we can talk about the Dak Prescott one, too. Like, Dak, to get your leg broken like that and the next year be like, all right, good to go. Let's go play football. I'd be like, what? No.
I think Dak might have the best story out of somebody breaking their leg because he broke his leg and still got the bag. So... Not too many players that happens for.
Yeah, there's Dak right there.
He stepped on it like, let me pop this bad boy back into place real quick.
Dude, this was such a bad injury, too. I remember this like it was yesterday. Obviously, Dak's my fantasy football dynasty quarterback, so...
There he is.
The minute this happened...
Adam Morency in the comments, what a way to start your day if you're eating breakfast right now.
Yeah, sorry, fellas, but, you know...
It's a good diet. It's a good diet to have.
When the biggest news story of the weekend is some dude breaking his leg off for a kick. Look at this, though. Watch this.
Oh, such a simple tackle too. That's what's crazy about it.
Oh man, the human body, how your endorphins or whatever it is kicks in to where you don't feel that really in the moment. Like, I'm sure that hurt us in the moment more than it hurt Dak, but then you wait like a minute and then that pain and that throbbing and that nastiness starts kicking in.
When that adrenaline wears off, it's bit of a pain.
I don't know if you want to do this yourself, Alex, but I sent you a photo from Kevin Ware. I don't know
why.
I don't know
got
why.
The still photo?
I don't know why. It popped up on my screen, and I was like, this right here.
I'm punking out.
You're
This is the worst photo.
For some reason, I don't remember this at all.
Oh.
How? This is the worst one.
It's the worst one.
Oh! Oh!
You see white. Oh! You see white popping out.
And that's a non-contact injury, too. That's what's even weirder about it. Oh, my gosh.
Hey, don't show the picture I sent. I can't do that.
You can't do it? Show the picture, Alex.
All right, show it. It's like me going down the dragster. I'm closing my eyes.
Yeah, no, it's like a bad train wreck or car wreck. You just got to look at it, man. And
Corey, don't look. I'm warning you, don't look.
Corey, it's about to pop up, man. Oh, Alex even... Oh! Oh, my.
Sponsored by Adidas. They'll let them get the plug
right
on
above
that.
the sock line, too. Like, it was perfectly above the sock line. Oh!
Oh. It's
I ain't wearing no more.
Look at the coach telling him to stay down. Like, what the fuck do you think?
Stay down.
Hop right up?
The dude can't even get up.
Like, stay down, son. Okay, coach. I don't have my legs. What do you think's gonna happen?
Oh shit.
That's like when you like twist an ankle and they say, yeah, walk on it. But instead, this dude freaking popped his bone out entirely.
Oh.
That's a bad one.
That
How
was
do you not remember that? That's the worst one.
I honestly don't know why I don't remember it. Maybe I just like strategically
Wasn't
blocked
that
out
March
of my mind.
Madness too?
Yeah, well, I believe that was in the tournament.
Yeah.
Good God, man. So, yeah, lots of leg injuries happen. I mean, it's sports. It's part of the reason why we watch it. You know, Art was yelling at me. Like, he's like, how can you actually, like, enjoy this? I'm like, I'm not enjoying this, but you know what? I tune into NASCAR and I see a car accident. I'm not feeling bad about it either. Like, this is what these guys do. They put their bodies on the line. They put their lives on the line. So I don't ever feel bad. It's like, oh, I wish that wouldn't have happened, but I'm never like, I don't know. Art's like, oh, God, how can you even, like, be cool with this? And it's like, because that's his job, man. He went in there. He kicked a guy. The guy blocked it, and he broke his leg. It happens.
But, like, that one messed me up because I play basketball 2-3 times a week. And all he did was go to block a freaking ball.
Right.
Block a shot. And then all of a sudden, the way he landed.
Yeah, the non-contact part of that is really concerning because that makes you think this could happen anywhere, anytime, doing anything. Okay, a 300-pound lineman fell on my leg sideways. Of course it's going to snap.
Yeah, I was playing basketball with my fiance's brother probably 4 months ago or so, and he went up, like, you know how you pop your finger on a ball? Like a hard pass or whatever, or you're going to block a ball. It happened to him, and I saw his finger, the bone pop out a little bit. And that alone was disgusting. But imagine seeing this Kevin Ware with the whole freaking leg popped out.
I love Reginald Funch's comment here. I used to watch Faces of Death as a kid. Did you guys ever watch Faces of Death?
No, I've never.
Do you even know what Faces of Death is?
I don't know what it is.
Okay, so like before the internet, I'm going to tell you a story about before the internet, kids. There used to be these things called VHS tapes, and they would put different random things on the VHS tapes, and one of them was Faces of Death. And what it was a compilation of like that type of things, like nasty bone breaks, like just dogs doing ugly things. I mean, there were time-lapse photos of people starving. It was just like a really cool.
Who would do this? Like, you would buy a VHS tape and it would have that on it?
I mean, yeah, it's just like smut tapes, essentially, without the sex is really what it was. And if anybody grew up in like the late 80s, early 90s, you know exactly what I'm talking about with Faces of Death.
That's weird. I'm a late 80s baby and I don't remember it.
Oh my God. Yeah, it was a whole video series. And it was gross. Let me see when it came out.
Yeah, I mean, I still got VHS tapes now. I still have all the old Disney ones.
Yeah. Really wow. It was originally released in 1978. It was a horror film. Jesus. Horror film.
So that on VHS
it was a horror film.
Was that on VHS or Betamax?
it was reel to reel. But yeah, no, they had a ton of them. Like Faces of Death was in 1978. Faces of Death 2, 81. Faces of Death 3, 85. Faces of Death 4, obviously 87. Then went all the way to 95. Faces of Death made it to 95. Really just a strange movie. But if you grew up on that, you can handle that. Did you ever see that, Alex? No?
No, I didn't, but I broke my ankle in...
Hold on. Let Adam turn on your mic. Hold on. There you go. Damn it, Fish.
Right. Adam's gonna get the shank over there.
What if Fish just texting right now. Shank Adam for me, please.
Fish just pops out of nowhere and shakes him. What were you saying, Alex? Sorry.
No, I broke my ankle like when I was like 12 or so playing basketball and had to have like, pins and plates and stuff in there. So this is just giving me flashbacks.
How's your ankle now, though? You good?
Yeah, I'm good. I still have everything in there, but it was pretty messed up.
Well, how'd you break it?
I was sliding in baseball.
At 12? Did you like catch it on a base or something?
Yep.
Oh, that's a tough injury.
Especially at 12. Poor Alex.
Poor little Alex. Alex still looks 12, but yeah.
How old are you, by the way? I don't even know that.
I'm 23.
Okay. Oh, damn, you a baby. Youngest one in here.
Oh, yeah. Well, no.
Yeah, Adam's.
Well, Mikey TikTok.
We forgot about him a long time ago.
Forgot about his dry ass. So, yeah, we wanted to go over some of the worst sports injuries in history, and obviously it's nothing that you want to see, but when you see something like that over the weekend, it triggers like the Gordon Haywood, it triggers the Willis McGahee, it triggers the Joe Theismann, it triggers the Dak Prescott in you, and it's just wild to think about what the human body can endure, especially during sporting events and athletics.
You guys ever had like any kind of foot injuries, like even on a minor level?
The only bone I've ever broken in my body is my pinky toe on my right foot.
How was that?
No, didn't even feel it really.
You know what? I did something.
Oh man!
Oh boy!
I didn't break any. I didn't break any. I didn't
Story
break
with
any.
grandma or something
No,
again?
I didn't break anything. But it was really funny what I did. It just wasn't funny when I was done. I was literally on the bird scooters. Everything is all fine. What is the one thing you try to avoid doing when you're on a bird scooter? You should try to avoid.
Fall? Get your ankles cracked?
Getting your ankles cracked. And what did I do? My dumb ass hit a pothole.
Oh.
I stayed on my feet, but man, when I said my Achilles was done, I cannot even imagine having a real type of Achilles injuries, because I had like scraped the back of it, and for like 2 months, it was just throbbing pain every day.
Damn.
And that was just a light scrape. I just can't even. That's what I'm saying. People who just like, when I think about Kobe walking off the court after that had to be all adrenaline, because just that minor scrape messed me up for 2 months.
Yeah, well, we ain't professional athletes either. That's for sure. We're getting hurt on bird scooters over here.
Hey, it's them Detroit potholes, though, man. They'll get you.
Just avoid a pothole. Watch where you're driving.
Right. So thank you guys for being a part of that conversation. Sorry we had to watch those videos, but we had to watch those videos, man. Like, after what I saw this weekend, and actually, can you going to include that in your news reaction one more time?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, so we'll wait for that. Joey's news is coming up next right here on the Woodward Sports Network. But before we get to that, I got to give a shout out to my people at Levels. It's Enjoy Levels. You can find them on 9 Mile in Hilton. It's going to be the best dispensary that opens up in Southeast Michigan and pretty much all over Michigan, because they're expanding, and they're expanding fast. Like, we were up at Green Galaxy last week. That's another one of their stores that they'll be opening soon. But Levels is so different. It's going to really change the way you look at dispensaries and the way you should be treated when you go to dispensaries. So make sure you follow them now at Enjoy Levels, or go to their website, enjoylevels.com.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. And at Hall Financial, we treat our clients like family. And our number one priority is giving each of our clients 5-star service. Our passion for 5-star service, combined with our expertise, allows us to find the best possible solution for refinancing your home loan. We take the time to focus on both the individual and the numbers. We're going to walk you through the process and close your loan in half the time of our competition. Go to davidhallmortgage.com today.
Good morning, everyone.
Extra, read all about it.
Let's get into Joey's news.
Let's go.
Steph Curry has made 83 three-pointers in April, the most in a month in NBA history, and the record was previously held by James Harden. Dude is just so nasty on this one, and I want to search, actually. They got more games this month? They got to, right?
Hope so.
Yeah, they got one tomorrow. They got one on Thursday. This dude's going to murder that one.
And that shot right there is why, when we talked about the players we would love for other franchises to play in here, that's why I picked Steph Curry. Just imagine just being an LCA and just seeing a guy just chuck a ball 40 feet with one hand.
He just steps across the half-court line and just launches them. That would set LCA on fire, man.
Yeah.
That would be fun to have a Steph Curry-type player or a Dame Lillard like we were talking.
Yep.
Just anybody exciting. I'm still going with my boy Zion because I want to see Zion the Brute in there.
Not a bad choice either. Still.
Yeah.
And guys, I hate to say it, but our boy Blake Griffin got embarrassed yesterday.
No!
I loved every second of this. He had a hell of a game. He had a hell of a game, but he did get crossed up by CP3 on this. You love to see it.
Chris Paul's so clean.
Whoosh. So clean. Like I love the reaction too. Like, oh, all right, well, let me just lay this up right there. Blake did end up dropping 16 points.
Blake
5
looked like he
rebounds,
wanted to
and 4
grab his knee
assists.
for a second. Like, damn it.
Right. So we talk about UFC 261 and Usman beat Masvidal, but the shocker of the weekend, Uriah Hall getting the TKO W after the nasty Chris Weidman leg break in the first few seconds. I'm not going to show you the video. I'm going to show you the reaction video to the guys here at the Woodward Sports Studio doing their Saturday night live watch party.
No, he looks like he's been training.
Yeah,
Like he's
exactly.
been- you know, ooh,
Here
nice.
we-
Oh no! Oh my God!
First round victory!
Oh
How did
my
that
God.
happen?
Oh my God!
Shit!
But what happened? He didn't kick him, did he?
Yeah,
Oh
he kicked
my
him and
God.
broke his leg like he fucking did to Anderson Silva.
That's
Oh
karma!
my God.
What is happening tonight?
Oh my.
Uriah
Oh
Hall
God.
calf kicked Chris Weidman and pulled an Anderson Silva, and the fight is over. Oh
He
my
was-
fucking God!
Uriah Hall blocked the kick.
We
and the
can't
dude
make this shit up.
snapped his leg over his leg.
Well, he kicked Anderson Silva years ago. Do you remember that? And he did the same thing to Anderson Silva, and now it happened to him.
That guy made of fucking steel? Why? I mean, you know this guy trains kicking things.
Yes.
And you know Uriah Hall isn't happy right now.
No.
Look at him.
Well,
Oh my-
he's
What do you mean he's not happy? He's
You don't want-
invincible.
Yeah.
I know, you don't want like I mean you,
Again, I predicted he'd win by TKO. Not like that, though.
Oh my. Yeah, Art cracked me up with that. Like, you know he's not happy right now. Like, what are you talking about? The dude trained. He didn't have to throw a punch. He didn't have to throw a kick. He snapped the dude's leg in half, collected the check, and walked out. Like,
That's
yeah.
the easiest paycheck in the world. Like,
Right, like-
hey, yeah, I beat his ass without beating his ass.
Right, like, okay, you know, I get it. You got to respect your opponent and stuff like that, but you're not feeling bad. Like, your mission was to hurt that man. What did you do? You hurt that man.
How deep into the fight was that?
7 seconds.
Like literally as quickly as possible in this match.
Yeah, no,
Didn't even touch
the
him.
fastest UFC knockout of all time was 5 seconds. Masvidal versus the guy that just got knocked out by the Paul kid.
But he at least had
Askren.
to punch.
Yeah. No, it was a flying knee. They came at each other across the ring, and a flying knee knocked him out 5 seconds in. But 7 seconds in,
He didn't have to
that
do
hap-
anything.
Yeah,
His
no.
leg is so strong that he just whooped his ass.
But Art is just such an emotional. Oh, you know, and he's not happy about this win. Like, what?
Ask him if he's happy.
I'd be so happy. I'd be signing a contract to fight next week. Like, hey, I didn't really have to fight this week. I'm trained. I'm ready to go. Put anybody in front of me.
No,
It's
real
not a bad
talk. Like,
idea.
I mean, I could go get another check next week, guys.
Right. Like, Dana, sign me up, man. I just broke this dude's leg by a leg check. Like,
Dude legit didn't even have a drop of sweat.
no.
Nothing.
No, he literally lifted his leg, blocked the kick, and then went home and collected his money. Great.
It's a fun match right there for him.
Yeah. And you can't forget Usman knocked out Masvidal, too. We haven't even talked about the main event during it because of the leg kick. So.
That's still the funniest thing ever because Masvidal said that he doesn't have that strength to knock out a man. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. Well, then
Well-
you're not a man. You just kind of clowned yourself.
Yeah.
This Thursday, we are going to be live from the Del Mar, Detroit, in Greektown for our NFL draft party. It's going to be fun. And our very own Corey Woods actually got to talk with Lions GM Brad Holmes about number 7.
Hey, Brad, you talked about finding guys that are going to be the right fit for the Lions. Now, are you talking about more from a schematic standpoint or more somebody that's going to fit the new culture?
Yeah, that's a great question. More so from a culture fit, regardless of scheme, and obviously scheme does play a part, but at the end of the day, if the player has a certain standards of toughness, passion, if a player has grit, that doesn't have to do anything with if a guy's a a press corner or, you know, an off zone quarters corner, or if a guy's a 34 rush back, does the guy play hard or he does not? Does he have a high motor or does he? Does he take plays off? Does he not? Does he love football? Does he not? So those are the standards that we look for, but having that great passion for football that's at an elite level, you know, those are pretty much the standards that are the fits more so of if the guy's just a scheme fit.
And if I can follow up with another one, how much of influence will John Dorsey have on your decisions? Will you guys be in lockstep, or are you just going to go ahead and have the final say just by yourself?
Yeah, well, John Dorsey has played an equal part in the process, just like everyone else has been in the process, you know, and especially from a collaborative approach. So, you know, can't say that, you know, just as John Dorsey has, you know, a big effect on how decisions are made, everybody else does, because everybody's has played an equal part in terms of the decision making and what they've brought to in terms of the process.
That dude says more so many times in his interview.
And, you know, I wasn't really a fan. Just after hearing it again, I really wasn't a fan of that, because they need players to fit a scheme, right? I was more worried that they're trying to fit guys to fit this new culture as to getting guys who are like, hey, fitting Dan Campbell's, Aaron Glenn's, Anthony Lynn's scheme.
I don't agree with that. I think coaches' jobs are to build a scheme around their players. Yes, ideally you'd like to draft a player that would fit your scheme, but if there's a worldly talent available at number 7, you're not going to pass him up just because maybe he's not an edge rusher or he's not a dual tackle who can play left and right side. I mean, it wouldn't make sense.
That. I'm just talking about like culture, like, hey, he's our kind of guy. Like he fits the new vibe of or mentality of the Lions. That's kind of what I felt where he was talking about with that.
Yeah, well, when Dan Campbell did his initial press conference, too, that's something that stood out to me, is he was going to try to not get guys that fit his scheme, but coach to the guys that he has right now. So if that's leaning into more culture, that's fine with me. Listen, however you want to slice this, I'll judge you on the results. You know, we've seen it work with Joe Dumars and his no knucklehead, you know, like that type of culture that he wanted to build. He didn't want to bring in guys that were going to screw up the locker room. And so hopefully we can do the same thing here in Detroit. But at the end of the day, I don't care. Like I've said it a million times. I want dudes that went to JUCO. I want dudes that shanked people. I want dudes with like 8 baby mamas that owe back child support, that owe taxes. Like I want bad dudes as long as we win. I don't care. Like I'll take a Ray Lewis murdering somebody at middle linebacker over what we've had my entire life besides Chris Spielman.
Just hopefully he continues to sell these smoke screens and that the Lions go ahead and nail this pick, because this is an important draft pick that is going to tell the next decade of this franchise.
Yeah, and for those wondering, yes, that is our very own Corey Woods from Woodward Sports asking questions to Detroit Lions GM, because Corey's official like that, and that's why we bring him on the show, to make us look smarter. Thank you, Corey.
And now it's time for some Gronk time. Return to his alma mater, University of Arizona, for their spring game. And just that alone is sweet. But imagine you get to be there to witness him breaking a world record. As you see here, the helicopter high up in the air, 600 feet above Gronk attempts.
That's awesome.
To catch this ball. And I think it was the 3rd attempt that he actually got. He dropped the first 2, but just unbelievable celebrating right there with the Arizona football team. What can this guy not do?
I love Gronk, man. Can you imagine just one day as Gronk? What are you doing? You got one day as Gronk. What are you doing?
Partying.
Okay.
It's got to be like that's one thing. Like walk into a club.
Okay.
And just see that reaction. Like, that's got to be the most amazing feeling in the world.
Yeah, I think I'm waking up. I'm going to call Tom Brady. We'll play some catch. Then I'll go about my day and just be Gronk. But by nighttime, I'm probably going to University of Arizona's campus and crashing a sorority house and seeing what happens next.
Dude, imagine
that's my plan
that.
if I'm Gronk.
If like going to a club is
I'm
one thing.
imagining
Going
it.
to a, oh, man.
No, I'm imagining it. Arizona.
Oh, yeah.
Sorority. It's nice down there. Hot weather. Little clothes. Tan bodies. Go Gronk.
Little energy shift right here. Let's
Yeah.
talk about the Detroit Pistons.
There we go.
Losing to the Indiana Pacers on Saturday by 6, and Mason Plumlee dropped 17 points, 21 rebounds. And tonight they take on the Atlanta Hawks at 7 p.m. Not a good weekend for them. Not a good weekend for the Detroit Tigers. Losing 3 straight games to the Royals. And today we're playing them at 110, hopefully preventing a sweep. I do not want to see that. It's the only good play I saw from the weekend right there.
We
with the
did
glove
it.
Toss.
We made a good play.
Yeah, we did something. I'm just sad I'm not really seeing too much about Badu.
Yeah, I'm really starting to get concerned about the Tigers out of all 4 sports teams that we have, and maybe we can have this conversation tomorrow because we've talked about who's next to win a playoff game, but we haven't talked about who's never getting out of the rebuild. And we're 5 years into the Avila experiment, and this is lower than we've ever been. So this Tigers team is scaring the hell out of me.
Yeah, so we'll see. Hopefully we get a nice little bounce back. And lastly, a guy who's getting hopefully a good bounce back on this was the quarterback from Central Michigan by the name of John Keller, who was shot at an off-campus party over the weekend. And then late overnight, they reported that he is recovering and in stable condition. But that is just freaking wild right there.
That is crazy. I wonder what the argument was about, too.
Right.
Like college parties shooting at each other. Like, what the hell's going on here? Maybe I don't want to be Gronk going to a sorority house.
These college kids are crazy.
Right. These kids are wild.
But I just want to give a quick little shout out to Bridge Street Exchange in downtown Fenton because you always hear me talking about them. This company and this store is that amazing. I'm not the kind of guy that likes to go to a mall at all because malls just are not fun. It's just you go to a store like this, you know what you're walking into. If you're a fella, go in there and shop for yourself. And ladies, go in there and get your man something. If a birthday's coming up, spoil him. BridgeStreetExchange.com is the website. If you want to shop online, use the code word WSN to get 15% off your entire order.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We are recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10 and a half months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
a graduate
of Northwestern Tech. Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network, where we cover Detroit sports unfiltered. Rah! Yeah, unfiltered. So every Monday, we like to bring on a young lady from Detroit, or a young woman, however you'd like to refer to them. And this is the Detroit Doll of the Week. And what we like to do is highlight this young lady and just let you know that there are strong, powerful, beautiful women in Detroit, and they deserve to be put on a pedestal and highlighted right here on the Morning Woodward Show. Joey, you want to do the intro?
Yeah, we got to welcome the beautiful Becky to the show. Hello, Becky.
Hi.
Hey,
How are
Becky.
you? Hi.
I like your pillow. You got that skull pillow going on. Is that one of those where you wipe your hand over it and it changes?
I love those.
It really is. It sure is.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
Can I do that to my face so I can get rid of the scar on my face?
Right.
It doesn't work. Yeah, I'm a tough man, as you can see. Don't ask how I got this, but I'm a tough man.
So, Becky, the Detroit Dolls is something that we've been partnering with for the past couple weeks, bringing on women to highlight them. And, they selected you as one woman that we should highlight and talk to. And why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and explain how awesome you are?
Oh gosh.
No pressure.
No pressure. I didn't know what I was getting myself into this morning, guys. So I am originally from Buffalo, New York, and I moved to Detroit, about 20 years ago. I'm a dancer. I'm a full-time mom. I manage Airbnbs. I love working out. I don't know. I just get my hands into a little bit of everything. I have a good time. So.
When you say you manage Airbnbs, where are your Airbnbs at?
Las Vegas and California.
Oh, nice. So you do that here from Michigan too?
Yes. So it's a great job from home because I have 2 little ones and they're always running around and I'm very busy. I'm very busy all the time. Let me tell you. But yeah, it's a good time.
That's awesome. So tell us a little bit more. So like, how do you get connected with the Detroit Dolls, and what does it mean for you to be the Detroit Doll of the Week? Because now you're our doll for the entire week, 7 days, all about you, Becky.
You, man. What an honor. I do, so I also model. Gosh, I forgot about that. So I model as well, and I got connected through them. Just, they saw one of my posts and reached out to me, and I mean, it's been a couple years now, so we've been going back and forth, and he's been asking me to collaborate and do something, and now he's definitely put me on the spot. I didn't know that I was the doll of the week, so I'm excited. Thanks, guys.
Nice. You mentioned you were a model. What? Where would we have seen you, or what do you do?
I mean, gosh, I wish I was like in a magazine, but I do a lot of promotional work. I work for 7 Stone Management.
Oh, what's up, Janelle?
Janelle.
Yeah, Janelle. She's the best.
That's our girl.
Yeah, she's awesome. I love her so much. Really down to earth lady. She, I don't know. She got me hooked up with Motor City, so I do promotional work there, and I'm also with Productions Plus. I don't know. I do a lot of shoots for fun, and I collaborate with a lot of photographers, and yeah, I enjoy it. So.
Now I know you're a big workout fan. Are you a big sports fan at all?
I am a sports fan, definitely. I mean, I do love the Red Wings, and of course, I do root for the Lions, but I am a Buffalo Bills fan. Definitely. I am a diehard Bills fan. That's where I'm from.
Have you ever jumped through a table?
Mommy, my fan, my nose. Have I ever what?
Hey, what's up, kiddo?
This is what happens when you This is what happens when you're a mom. You don't get any downtime, you know?
Oh, that's awesome. Especially during COVID, because all these work from homes and having to hop on Zooms and all that. This is what you get, and we love to see it.
I was like, Brad, I'm like, my house is chaotic right now. So he's like, that's fine.
This kid's made for like TV, just staring at the camera. Look at that.
Yeah, he knows. He's looking right at the camera.
She also has a cold, so she's just like, you need to come wipe my nose. I'm like, this is not a good time.
Hey, no, this is perfect. We get a behind-the-scenes look at what it's like being you. This is why I want to highlight you.
He's going to be like jumping off, doing flips off the couch.
Well, no, this is why we want to highlight women like you, because, not only are you working, you're doing your workout routine, you're, doing your modeling on top of that, plus you're overseeing Airbnbs, and you're being a kick-ass mom. So, I mean, there's really no other trifecta we could point to why you're a strong, beautiful, powerful woman, and we should highlight you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I mean, hey, it's a grind. You know what? You sign yourself up for it, and then you're like, this is fine. I can do it. And you're like, oh crap! Like what? Dang! Like what did I do?
This is fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. I got this.
Listen, we gotta send her a gift. Poor girl. She's gonna need some of this. Having to deal with all that. We feel you, girl. Some 8 Mile vodka.
Yeah,
we're gonna have to send some your way.
Hey.
Well, thank you for coming on with us this morning. We're gonna post up some of your pics on our social media and acknowledge you as our doll of the week. Okay?
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're
welcome.
welcome.
You guys.
Enjoy your day and enjoy your kiddos.
Oh, thank you. Enjoy your day as well. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
And
Bye.
Parents, this is actually a good time for you to really explore this 8 Mile vodka, because it's really good. It does things to you that when you are dealing with these children, you need it. You need this right here. And you can shop at your local Meijer. You can shop at local party stores. This premium vodka floating around. I'm not even touching. Look at this. It's just floating by me. Mom's probably watching. Dad's probably watching. You need some. Listen, the weekend might have just ended. On Monday, this is what you need. 8 Mile vodka, born in Detroit. Get you some.
Bridge Street Exchange, downtown Fenton. I'm trying to find me a shirt. Ooh, look at these swimming shorts. What are you doing over there, Stick?
I'm trying to find me a drink. Ooh, look at these bonfire bitters.
Ready for summer.
Let's go.
Is it time? Yeah, it is. Fish!
Go fish. Fish facts.
It's fish!
Oh, boy.
It's Adam.
Oh,
boy. I better see the best fish impression I've ever seen, because you know,
All right.
you know how fish imitates you, Adam.
I got this. All right, let me check the time here. Well, it's April 25th, Monday morning here at Woodward Sports.
26th.
Is it the 26th?
26th.
Oh, fuck it.
Oh, you see, that's what happened. You didn't
What
check
time
the
is it
watch.
in New Zealand?
It's actually the 27th in New Zealand right now. Anyways.
All right, Fish, let's get to your facts, buddy.
First fact. The last horse race at the Havre de Grace track in Maryland was ran in 1950 on this day. Our second fact is actually revolving around the Boston Celtics. They won their 18th NBA championship, and they beat the San Francisco Warriors 4-1 in a gentleman's sweep.
Nice.
And our last fact.
Are you doing that lip smack on purpose? Okay,
yeah.
good.
I got you. And the last one is going to be a divorce. Not a marriage. Frank Boucher got divorced on this day 37 years ago. So
Can we celebrate love? Do we have any weddings?
no, I was avoiding weddings. I was trying to be like the anti-fish.
Just want to celebrate love.
I have one more if you guys want it.
Always.
The first home run was hit at Fenway Park in 1912 today.
That's actually pretty sweet.
That's sweet. Who hit it?
I have no fucking clue. It doesn't say. Hugh Bradley.
Hugh Bradley.
Yep.
That was going to be my guess.
See, this ain't the same, though. It ain't the same when you're not using his little StatMuse Twitter that he always uses.
I had no graphics. Sorry, guys.
Thank you, Fish. Give us a thumbs up. Say those are your facts.
Those are my facts.
All right, now it's time for Joey's dumbass of the day.
Oh, to present the award.
It is Joey.
It is time.
Dumbass to the day.
Why would you do that? And the loser is...
How do you say his name? Fernando Tatis?
Tatis.
Fernando Tatis Jr. is the first shortstop ever to homer in 3 straight days at Dodger Stadium. No Dodger shortstop has homered in 3 straight games, right? This fan, what's that? What, someone's playing me back on here. He caught 2 home runs in the same
We can hear your phone.
game. And we got this video right here. So this fan caught 2 home runs in the same game. And this is more so a funnier dumbass of the day, because this dude got 2 of them that he realized that ball was a home run from Tatis. And he was like, screw this. I don't even want this. He threw the ball right back. So the fan kept Chris Taylor's home run, but threw back Tatis.
That's great.
I loved it. You love to see that. How legendary is that to catch 2 home runs in the same damn game?
Dude, Tatis has been on a tear. He's got 5 home runs in the last 3 games. He's absolutely out of control. And we were going to talk about it a little bit earlier, but the show, we had such great content today. We didn't really get a chance to talk about Tatis. But could you play the videos of him running around the bases taunting Trevor Bauer? And I love this because normally in baseball, when you hit a home run, you're supposed to, just put your head down and go. Like, you're not supposed to show up the pitcher or anything like that.
But when you're this good...
Well, the next time he shows him up, usually the next time after you do this, you get a ball thrown right at your head about 90 miles an hour. But I liked what Trevor Bauer said about this. He's like, listen, if this guy hit a home run, he's allowed to celebrate. He can do whatever he wants. And right there, he's covering his one eye because in preseason games, Trevor Bauer was covering up one eye and like taunting other people like he was doing. So, I mean, it's just good back and forth that shouldn't lead to a fight. But normally in baseball, that type of shit leads to a fight.
Soft asses.
Baseball is like the most... I don't want to say soft, but like emotional sport when it comes to that. Like, oh, we got to get him back. We got to get him back. And, oh, he did this. That's not right. We got to get him back.
Soft asses.
Soft asses. Is that it, Joey?
That's all I got
That
today.
is your dumbass of the day. Thank you guys so much for waking up with us this morning, having a good time with us. We appreciate you commenting on everything. Lots of stuff going on in the YouTube chat today, the Facebook chat. Twitch is starting to pick up a bit, so make sure everybody, if you have a Twitch, that you're subscribing to the Woodward Sports Network, Twitter, and of course, you can download our app, which is for free. We will see you tomorrow. Baligian and Terry Foster is up next because Terry fills in for Bell on Mondays. We'll talk to you later.